On that day, we split from the mainland.
Let go your earthly tether. Enter the void, empty, and become wind.
What are you doing? No one's allowed in Daddy's study except Daddy.
I'm sorry. I couldn't sleep.
What were you reading?
A poem by Guru Lahima, the wisest airbender who ever lived.
How do you all know each other?
All old people know each other. Don't you know that?
We're all part of the same ancient secret society, a group that transcends the divisions of the four nations.
The Order of the White Lotus.
That's the one.
The White Lotus has always been about philosophy and beauty and truth. But about a month ago, a call went out that we were needed for something important.
It came from a Grand Lotus, your uncle, Iroh of the Fire Nation.
Aang, I'm not going to let them take you away from me. Aang?
I never saw Gyatso again. Next thing I knew, I was waking up in your arms after you found me in the iceberg.
When I was 7, my father took me and Noah Talk on a hunting trip, far away from our home. He told us his true identity was Yukon, Republic City's most notorious crime boss, and that he was once a bloodbender of rare skill.
What's bloodbending?
The most powerful and feared form of bending in the world. It was declared illegal thanks to that coward Katara. Our family has the strongest line of bloodbenders in history. You boys have this power inside of you, and I will teach you to master it.
Oh, the swamp is a mystical place, all right. It's sacred. I reached enlightenment right here under the banyan grove tree. I heard it calling me, just like you did.
Sure you did. It seems real chatty.
See, this whole swamp is actually just one tree spread out over miles. Branches spread, then sink and take root, and then spread some more. One big living organism, just like the entire world.
You will fight for your honor.
I meant you no disrespect. I am your loyal son.
Rise and fight, Prince Zuko.
I won't fight you.
You will learn respect, and suffering will be your teacher. I looked away.
My father pleaded with the spirits to save me. That night, beneath the full moon, he brought me to the oasis and placed me in the pond. My dark hair turned white. I opened my eyes and began to cry, and they knew I would live. That's why my mother named me Yue, for the moon.
Are you Rava?
No, but I can help you find her. My name is Juan, and I will show you how I became the first Avatar.
100 years ago on the day you're talking about. There seems to be a lot of confusion about what happened. First of all, Jin Wei and Wei Jin weren't enemies. They were brothers, twins in fact. And they were 8.
And most importantly, they were just playing a game. The sacred orb from the legend, that was the ball. And the eastern and western gates were the goalposts. Jinwei had the ball and was running toward the goal when he fell and fumbled it. Wei Jin didn't steal the ball. He picked it up and started running it back toward the other goal. But he stepped out of bounds. So the official put him in the penalty box. Not for 20 long years, but for 2 short minutes. There was no stealing and no putting anyone in prison.
It's too much. Please.
Without you, all my plans are suddenly possible. I have a vision for the future, Roku.
Wait, that's me, isn't it?
The Painted Lady.
The painted who now?
The Painted Lady. She's part of our town's lore. They say she's a river spirit who watches over our town in times of need. I always thought she was just a legend. Until now.
See, we don't need to help these people. They already have someone to help them.
Who are you people, and why do you keep trying to take me?
We are part of a secret society dedicated to restoring freedom to the world. We are the Red Lotus.
Red Lotus? Are you related to the White Lotus?
We are what the White Lotus was meant to be. But after the 100-Year War, the White Lotus lost its true purpose. Its members came out of hiding and openly served the Avatar. They became nothing but glorified bodyguards who served corrupt nations. So a great man named Zhai Bao broke from the White Lotus and began his own society.
Look around you. What do you see? The mail system? Instead of seeing what they want you to see, you gotta open your brain to the possibilities. A package sending system? The world's greatest super slide. Boomy, you're a mad genius.
There had to be something I could do to escape. Then I realized that where there is life, there is water. The rats that scurried across the floor of my cage were nothing more than skins filled with liquid. And I passed years developing the skill that would lead to my escape. Blood bending. Controlling the water in another body. Enforcing your own will over theirs. Once I had mastered the rats, I was ready for the men. And during the next full moon, I walked free for the first time in decades. My cell unlocked by the very guards assigned to keep me in.
Mom? Zuko, please, my love, listen to me. Everything I've done to protect you. Remember this, Zuko. No matter how things may seem to change, never forget who you are.
Zuko, get over here! I want you to dance with me.
What?
Just do it.
Oh.
Let's follow the steps of the statues. Don't you see? These aren't dance moves. These statues are giving us a lesson. I think this is some kind of sun warrior firebending form.
This better teach us some really good firebending.
Hooray!
They met on top of the mountain that divided their two villages. The villages were enemies, so they could not be together. But their love was strong, and they found a way. The two lovers learned earthbending from the badger moles. They became the first earthbenders. They built elaborate tunnels so that they could meet secretly. Anyone who tried to follow them would be lost forever in the labyrinth. But one day, the man didn't come. He died in the war between their two villages. Devastated, the woman unleashed a terrible display of her earthbending power. She could have destroyed them all. But instead, she declared the war over. Both villages helped her build a new city where they would live together in peace. The woman's name was Oma, and the man's name was Shu. The great city was named Omashu as a monument to their love. Love is brightest in the dark.
This time I'm gonna put you to sleep for good.
I'm taking away your bending for good. It's over.